Hey Cupcakes, how's it going? In my last video I announced to you guys that I was going to be working on a cosplay of a female Vincent from the video game Catherine. However, in my recent stumblings across the internet I found a picture of a very talented cosplayer whose name I cannot remember and whose picture I cannot seem to find again, who was cosplaying a very beautiful reimagining of the character Lady Amalthea from The Last Unicorn. And suddenly it hit me, why haven't I cosplayed her yet? Similarly to my backstory for why I cosplayed Odette from the Swan Princess, my love for The Last Unicorn goes back several years to when my sister borrowed the video of the animated version from the library, and needless to say we got kind of obsessed with it. I then bought the book by Peter S. Beagle for my sister for her birthday, and since seeing the version of the cosplay that I mentioned earlier, I decided to read it for myself. Just to show you how much I love The Last Unicorn, here is the artwork I have stuck up on my wall from it. I bought this at a, I think it was MCM in Birmingham a couple of years ago, and I had a really good time with the lady who drew it, fangirling over how much we love The Last Unicorn. Now, in terms of choosing Lady Amalthea as the character to cosplay, this is quite an interesting one for me. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know that probably 80% of the time I cosplay characters who I actually aspire to be like. For example, Kaori from Your Lie in April for her talent, Himari from Marawoo Penguin Drum for her general loveliness, Misa Amane for her loyalty, that kind of thing. Whereas Lady Amalthea, conversely, is pretty much the opposite. Amalthea learns a lot about mortality and humanity as she progresses through the story, and by the end of it she is a much nicer character. But the unicorn part of her, at least, well, the unicorn element that Peter S. Beagle created in his universe, makes her quite ill-tempered, quite rude at times, and a lot of the time quite unkind. She is, however, undeniably beautiful, both in the cartoon terms and in particular actually in the way she's described in the book. Very much like Odette from the Swan Princess, Amalthea is the pretty princess that I wanted to be growing up, and actually still want to kind of be now. So I think for me this cosplay is going to be a lot of nostalgic fun and just really enjoyable, and it's going to be nice to float around in a pretty dress. So following my decision to make a Lady Amalthea cosplay, I went on a very expensive fabric shopping trip, and now I'm going to show you everything I have bought so far in order to make her. So if you've watched all my previous videos, you know how this works. The first thing I always look for when making a cosplay is a pattern. This is the best one I could find. I did search for quite a long time trying to find a good one, and this is the best one I could come up with. The main problem I have with this one is that it is a round collar. Amalthea's is actually off the shoulder, so I am going to have to do some significant altering to that. So as I said, I also bought fabric for this cosplay, and this is what I've got. There's loads of this. This is the main one. It took me forever to find the perfect colour. I literally searched and searched and searched throughout the fabric shop until I found the perfect colour. It was very difficult to find, but once I found it I knew it was the right one. This fabric is a satin, which is, it's actually described as satin in the book and in the film. Well, it would in the film because the film was actually, the screenplay was actually written by Peter S. Beagle, which is what makes it such a good film, because it's really accurate. Anyway, yes, in lilac, lilac satin this is described as, and this is pretty much what it is. And I've discovered that actually lilac is on my list of favourite colours, which is weird because I don't normally like purple. Anyway, I digress. This is the satin I've bought. There's a good, I think, 5 meters of this. Don't think I'm going to need that much, but that's what the pattern said, so we go with it. Also got some matching lining, and this is really nice lining actually. It's usually I get stuff and it's really staticky and thin, but this is really nice, so hopefully if I do need lining, that is, it will make the dress really comfy. I also got some dark purple for the funny fastening things that go down the front of the dress and the pockets. Also got an invisible zip and lots of thread. And the last thing I've bought so far, and the thing that I'm probably the most excited about, is the wig. I don't normally get the wig this early on, so I'm very excited, but as you can see, this is very long. Oh, my face probably looked horrible just then. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this wig is very, very long, so it's going to be an absolute nightmare during conventions and photo shoots, and it's also wavy, which makes it 100 times worse. So I'm going to be layering this anyway a bit. Just cut a few layers in and make it a bit wispier, because Amalthea's hair looks like it's kind of flowing everywhere, so I might do what I did with my polka wig and use PVA glue to kind of like make curls that kind of come out of it, so it's a bit more like Amalthea's. For now, this one's really, really nice. So the things I've got left to buy, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very frustrated about this. One of the things is the trimming that goes around the top of the dress. The reason I have a problem with this is that I cannot find a single scalloped trimming that looks like the one on her dress. And the one thing that I did think was pretty good was too expensive. Like, it was ridiculously expensive. I was not going to fork out for it. So the hunt continues for that. I'm also going to be getting face paint for the first time for this one to do the little star on Amalthea's head. So I'm doing a bit of a snazzaroo search for that, and hopefully I'll find something soon. So essentially that's it for my Lady Amalthea cosplay. I'm really, really excited to get started on this one, although very nervous because I think it's going to be one of those really big ones that's very fiddly and takes a long, long time. So bear with me on this, guys. The second video may not be out for some time. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.